hear it for Tyler.
I did the same approach as Garrett. I've got fetch and post wrappers, and I wanted to share with you guys my differences because I might cover just a little bit differently. So when I went to Ryan Florence's thing back in November, he's the one who introduced this to me. You remember learning this? That was like the coolest thing. It's similar. What I've got, this fetch wrapper thing. Okay, so I'm in the dictionary. Is that big enough? I'm in the dictionary file. This is like the first thing that shows all the terms and definitions, right? And similar to what Jason did with lore, my whole thing is like, I want to hand off all the responsibility for maintaining the state of I need to show the user a spinner when it's fetching the data. If there's an error, I want to know that. I don't want to have to go type all the boilerplate code of what's the state, is there an error? So if you would have done this, would your approach be similar to this right here? But so Ryan Florence calls this render props, because check this out. If you haven't seen this before, here's all the terms and jazz that's happening right here. This is wrapped by this fetch wrapper. And ignore everything here in the middle for 1 second. Check this out. You're actually passing in, rather than an element directly, you're passing in a function. And just like Jason was talking about with lore, you're basically just demanding, give me the terms, and then I'll do whatever I want with it. So notice how in here, notice how there's not even is fetching. So if let's see, I think I'm running this. Okay. I don't know why it's going fast. Did you see the flicker when it tried to load and it said loading? I know that was almost instantaneous. I thought I had a set timeout in the server to do that. But notice how there's no code here that says loading. That's all being done for you in the fetch wrapper. And the same thing happens. I'm using a post wrapper. So when you do this guy and you submit your term, it's the same thing. So this will probably happen really fast. Yeah, where's my code? Okay. I'm going to try to keep this quick, so I'll just let you guys believe me. But I mean, where is the code that says if it's fetching, show a spinner? It's not here. You don't have to worry about it. So the way Ryan Florence phrased it is, state is kind of your enemy in the sense that state is more stuff to maintain in your head. When you're reading this code, you would normally, if you don't do it with this approach, you would have to keep track of things like within this component, what am I fetching? Was there an error? And we basically offloaded all that into some other component. You deal with it. And the reason I love that, the reason I think it's so powerful is because Jason talked about boilerplate. When I'm designing my application, I don't want to focus on sometimes the lowest level stuff. I want to build my application. I'm interested in the dictionary. I want to build this dictionary website and tell my friends about it, and they're going to go use it, right? So we call that developer productivity. I don't want to worry about all the low level stuff. Hopefully somebody else has done that. So React has done some of that work for you. Lore can do some of that work for you. If you have wrapper components, they do it for you. And they're quite reusable. So now, if we talk about all that jazz in the middle, it's kind of gross looking just because of the fact that I was dealing with JSON server, but you can see that it's infinitely flexible. So I make 2 calls, I get the terms, then I get the definitions, and then I denormalize into this structure of terms with the embedded definitions. If I was using my own server where the data was just all given back to me in the format I already wanted, right? Normally, if you're using a well-done API, it's going to give you the data in 1 call. So I would actually only need like 1 line of code there. Fetch the JSON, give it the URL, and you're done. So this is a little bit gross looking just because of the fact that we're dealing with JSON server. But I thought that was really cool. So that's it. The rest of this code is out there. You can go check it out, and everybody else's repository is going to be the same way. So I'll link to it. I hope you got something useful out of tonight. And if not, I would also like to know that. So I'm very curious to hear how you thought about this. Remember, if you text React to 27,000, you'll get a text message where you can fill out a survey, and that would help me out a lot. So will you guys do me 2 favors? First of all, who brought the cupcakes? That was somebody's wife?
I'm sitting right here. Yeah, one of the developers.
The developer? That was really cool. Thank you.
Let's give Tyler a hand, though. Let's give Tyler a hand.
Thank you. Thank you.